What's up everyone, this is Coach Sean here at CrossFit Liberate. Got another at-home workout for you. Today's Friday, June 26th. Today's workout is called Red Zone. Classic couplet today. We're combining two weightlifting movements with our odd object, and we have a 30-20-10, 20-30 rep scheme, so going down and then back up. We're looking for this workout to take 10 to 18 minutes today. All right, let's take a look at our warm-up for Red Zone. So we have one round, 1 minute of glute bridges, 30 seconds of walkouts, one minute of single leg glute bridges or 30 seconds per side, back to those walkouts for 30 seconds. Then 1 minute of glute bridge walkouts. Back to those walkouts for 30 seconds. One minute of air squats. And then finishing with 30 more seconds of walkouts. For our mobility work today, we're gonna start with frog stretch, which really hits the hips really well and allows you to really get that nice externally rotated position through the hips. Then we'll hop out of frog stretch and hold a air squat or bodyweight squat for 30 seconds. And then finally we'll grab our odd object and hold a squat with that odd object for 1 minute. All right, let's take a close look at Red Zone here. So we have a 30-20-10, 20-30 rep scheme, 30 odd object ground to overhead, 30 odd object thrusters, 20 odd object ground to overhead, 20 odd object thrusters, 10 odd object ground to overhead, 10 odd object thrusters. Then we'll go back up the ladder, 20 odd object ground to overhead, 20 odd object thrusters, and then finally 30 odd object ground to overhead, and 30 odd object thrusters. So today's couplet workout is all about weightlifting. So we alternate between two odd object weightlifting movements. The rep scheme works down from 30 to 10 and then back up to 30. You'll want to choose a light to moderate load for both movements based on the movement that is most challenging for you. This should be a weight that allows you to cycle 30 plus reps unbroken when fresh at the more challenging movement. Now, since this workout has fairly high reps at 220 with just one piece of equipment, go with the lighter weight if you're on the fence between the two options. And you can expect this workout to take between 10 and 18 minutes to complete. For the odd object ground to overhead, you're allowed to pause at the shoulders on the way down, but not on the way up. For the odd object thrusters, you'll be holding the odd object in front rack, you'll squat below parallel, and jump that weight overhead to that fully locked out position. Note that there is no rebend of the knees after the press. The knees should stay fully locked out. And as always, further movement subs and options are in the video description below. So our focus for our movement today in this workout, on the odd object ground to overhead, let's think about launching it overhead. The most important things on both of these odd object movements today is to launch the weight overhead with the lower body. With high reps and some interference between these two movements, being aggressive with the lower body is the first priority. Try not to rely on pulling the weight up with the arms. Instead, send your object into orbit with the lower half. The upper body is simply there to guide the weight to a locked out position overhead. You'll know a good rep when you feel it, as the odd object will have a moment of weightlessness. For the odd object thrusters, we're going to want to launch it overhead as well. The most important thing here is the timing of the movement. Keep the odd object glued to the shoulders until the lower body launches it off. If there is an early press with the arms, the power from the lower body doesn't transfer into the odd object quite as effectively. Lower body extends, then the weight leaves the shoulder. All right, so some strategy advice for Red Zone. So if this were a normal 30-20-10 descending ladder rep scheme workout, we would look to kind of start really smart on the set of 30, get through that set of 20 under nice control, and then really sprint that set of 10. However, today, after that set of 10, we build back up to 20 and then 30 to finish the workout. So we can't quite get away with that same strategy. Instead, I want you to use that set of 10 in the middle as a little bit of a break as you move back into the bigger sets on the latter half of the workout. So we do have 220 total reps here, which is a lot of reps. So I want you to keep that in mind when you're approaching this workout from a pacing strategy and from a breakup strategy. It's okay today to take small sets and small breaks, meaning try not to push for big, huge sets and then have big, long rests. Instead, think about taking some smaller sets, maybe 5s, 6s, 7s, something like that, and then shortening up that rest and getting right back to work. All right, make sure you get after this workout with some intensity. As always with CrossFit, we really want to bring intensity to our work to get that desired result. Make sure you post your scores into SugarWOD. We want to be tracking our fitness over time always. And then if you're planning on coming back to the gym, can't wait to see you back in here in person.